Hi there, and welcome to this day in history for August 29th. August 29th is the 241st day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, 242nd in leap years, with 124 days remaining to the end of the year. Today's word is Babylon. Babylon is a noun that means a place of great luxury and extravagance, usually accompanied by vice and corruption. This word comes to us as the name of Babylon, which was an ancient city of southwestern Asia on the Euphrates River. It was the capital of Babylonia and known for its opulence and culture. It was the site of the Hanging Gardens, one of the seven wonders of the ancient world. Earliest documented use, around 1225. And with that, copper coins were minted in Japan for the first time on August 29th, 708. Inspired by the Chinese coins of similar design, these were round coins with square holes in the middle, and these coins remained in circulation until 958, so about 250 years. Michael Faraday discovered electromagnetic induction on August 29, 1831. I very nearly mentioned his name yesterday when we were talking about the Carrington event. One of the many things Michael Faraday is known for is the Faraday cage. This is an enclosure used to somehow block or divert electromagnetic fields. It can be a handy thing to have to protect one's electronic devices in certain situations, but today we're talking about his discovery of electromagnetic induction, which is a production of an electromagnetic force across an electrical conductor in a changing magnetic field. That description, by the way, is taken verbatim right out of Wikipedia and seems a little highfalutin to actually make sense if you don't already know what it means. More simply put, electromagnetic induction is the ability of a magnetic field to create current inside a conductor. See, they already knew that electrical current could produce magnetic fields, but Michael Faraday wondered if the inverse was also true. Could one use magnetic fields to produce electricity? Well, the answer is yes. He did some experiments and discovered that by fiddling with the magnetic fields in a specific way, an electrical current could indeed be produced. It's actually a fascinating phenomenon, but yes, it was this day in 1831 that Michael Faraday discovered electromagnetic induction. This is the birthday of Charles Ketering, born August 29, 1876. He was an American inventor, engineer, and businessman. He held 186 patents. He was the head of research at General Motors from 1920 to 1947, was the founder of the automotive electronics company Delco. He was behind a lot of innovations in the automotive industry, from the Freon that made the air conditioner blow cool air to the lacquers and enamels that gave those cars their pretty colors. Back in the way back, you had to start a car by using a hand crank to get it going, and that could be difficult and dangerous, besides tricky. You had to get it going and then hop in the car while it was still moving. Oh boy. Anyway, Charles Ketering developed a practical electrical self-starting device for automobiles, that an evolution of which is still in use today. We could probably spend a whole episode talking about Charles Ketering and some of his innovations, but I think that's enough for now. He lived to the age of 82. Looks like a good day for discovery and invention, August 29th. On August 29, 1885, Gottlieb Daimler patented the world's first internal combustion motorcycle, the Reitwagen, or Reitwagen. Reitwagen means a riding car. Like, Volkswagen means people car. Reitwagen means riding car. Although it was called a riding car, it looked and probably rode more like a motorcycle. And honestly, steam-powered motorcycles had been invented before, but this was the first one with an internal combustion engine. On August 29, 1898, the Goodyear Tire Company was founded. This is the birthday of the beautiful Ingrid Bergman, born August 29, 1915. You can see her in such movies as Casablanca, Gaslight, Notorious, Murder on the Orient Express, the original one, to name a few. Ingrid Bergman lived at the age of 67. The Gemini V spacecraft returned to Earth, landing in the Atlantic Ocean on August 29, 1965. The Beatles played a concert at Candlestick Park in San Francisco on August 29, 1966. Netflix was launched as an internet DVD rental service on August 29, 1997. Today's song is War by Edwin Starr, number 1 on August 29, 1970. War was written in 1969 as a protest song against the Vietnam War. It was actually recorded by the Temptations in March of 1970, but the group and their label were apprehensive about releasing it as a single because they didn't want to alienate their more conservative fans. It did appear on an album, though. Edwin Starr had a mediocre career up to that point. He'd had one hit, 25 Miles, in 1968, and he volunteered to sing War. While the Temptations version was more restrained, Edwin Starr's was all in and highly produced, and turns out to have been a good decision for him. It was the most successful and well-known song of his career, became his signature song, a runaway hit, and it was number 1 for 3 weeks. War is noted as one of the most popular protest songs ever recorded. It's been covered since then by Frankie Goes to Hollywood in 1984 and Bruce Springsteen in 1986. Of interest, War was on the list of 161 songs on the No playlist issued by Clear Channel after September 11. War by Edwin Starr, number 1 on August 29, 1970. Link in the description. And I think that's going to do it for us today. Thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Feel free to share this video with the link in your email, messaging, or social media. If you enjoy this series, you can check out the playlist that contains these videos. I'll put a link to that in the description. That description lives on YouTube, so for other platforms, I'll include the link to my blog page that is called No Really. You can also find me on Rumble, Parler, BitChute, and Getter. All those links in that description. Alrighty, that's all I can think of right now. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.